1889, Myrtle Fillmore and her husband Charles began publishing a magazine called Modern Thought. This action is considered the beginning of the Unity movement. Myrtle became a prayer group leader, in whose presence people experienced miraculous healing. She was also a writer, teacher, and administrator of the headquarters she and Charles established. In 1896, Unity published its first book, Lessons in Truth, by Emilie Cady. In this foundational work, Cady emphasized the importance of spiritual principles in realizing transformation and healing. Prior to becoming a New Thought author, Cady was one of the first women physicians in America. Lessons in Truth has been translated into over a dozen languages and continues to be read and studied today. Since its founding, the Unity movement has been supported and enhanced by a number of dedicated authors, teachers, editors, and staff members, including May Rowland, director of Unity's prayer ministry from 1916 to 1971. Georgiana Tree West, founder and leader of the Unity Center in New York City from 1936 to 1959. And Martha Smock, editor of the Daily Word for 35 years, just to name a few. Rosemary Fillmore, a granddaughter of the founders, was particularly noteworthy as a Unity ambassador. For example, she produced inspirational messages that were broadcast on television and radio stations across the country from the 1950s to the 1970s. In the New Thought movement at large, women have always been prominent as founders of churches and organizations. One modern example is Louise Hay, author of You Can Heal Your Life. She taught that positive affirmations and self-love can have a profound effect on life. Hay House, the company she founded, is one of the largest independent publishing houses dedicated to the progression of mind, body, and spirit. Here in Houston, Unity got its start when Bertha Miller brought the teachings from Unity headquarters in Kansas City to the city in 1919. Bertha Miller, Lillian Brass Black, and Corrine Smith were the first 3 ordained Unity ministers in Houston. This particular campus, where Unity of Houston exists today, was founded by a husband and wife team which included Donna Newsom, who was ordained in 1946. The congregation purchased the current campus in the year 1960. In the 1980s, one noteworthy congregant was Kathy Whitmire, who served as mayor of Houston from 1982 to 1992. She was the first woman to hold the position of mayor in this city, and she was elected to the office for 5 consecutive 2-year terms. She credited Unity principles with helping her navigate her chosen path. Today, Unity continues to benefit from wise, effective women. One example is Cindy Wigglesworth, worldwide expert in spiritual intelligence, author of the book SQ21, The 21 Skills of Spiritual Intelligence, and recent board member of Unity of Houston.
When I came to Unity and we started talking about Jesus as the great example instead of the great exception, that made a lot of sense to me. And behaving like Jesus was such an appealing message. And then talking about how do you do that, thinking about the power of your thoughts and watching the connection between your thoughts and your words and your deeds. Very powerful and simple understanding that can be transformative in my life and hopefully in other people's. I had been church shopping for a long time before I found Unity, and I was so delighted to find a community of people who had a optimistic, positive, committed outlook about doing love in the world and being love in the world. And it just gives me hope, gives me context to be with people that are committed to the same things I'm committed to, and great lessons.
As we celebrate International Women's History Month, we honor all women who contribute to the New Thought movement, to Unity worldwide, and to this particular community, Unity of Houston. Thank you.